think I guess being able to show my voice, the artistic side, the passion side of who I am as a dancer in a different way is somewhat I get good and bad vibes from it because I miss dancing so much. And because BalletX was the last place that I did dance, so being back in here with some familiar faces that I did dance with, also some new faces, it's a beautiful thing. At the same time, I want to be doing it so bad, but also I'm not in that kind of shape to be doing it, and I don't have the time. So it's just kind of like a pro and con type situation. But being able to get some passions out, get some ideas out, and just share with them in a different way, it's been a beautiful thing. I have to say, this is probably one of my favorite experiences as a choreographer, creating this work on BalletX for a multitude of reasons. One, having a lot to do with just where I am at this present moment in life with family, wife, children, and just having something different to say and it meaning a hell of a lot more than what things meant in the past. So the themes of this work are based around seeds, planting seeds, the responsibility when you have to plant a seed, the commitment, the consistency, the foreshadow to know what comes next, the urgency, the care, and then also I guess the look back to be able to see how things are growing so you can jump back in and do whatever adjustments needs to be made. That's really just to the depths of it, how I feel about my life right now. And I just wanted to translate that as much as I could. The idea of roots go throughout the piece. That was a constant imagery that continued to just pop up in my mind. As a transitional thing, but then also as a force as well. So the dancers are delivering that quite beautifully, and I'm just looking forward to seeing what the end product's going to be. Yeah. You know, Darrell and I actually have some unconscious history from the past. Back when I used to dance with Complexions, and then before Complexions, I danced with Philadelphia. He and I knew a lot of the same people, but had not met. He had seen me perform, and it was great to first get to work with him when I was dancing here at BalletX. And he created a solo, and it was interesting because the solo that he created for me was something different than he ever had the chance to see me perform whenever he did see me perform. So we both got to, just play that hit and miss. I want this, but not getting that. I'm not getting this, so I'm gonna go after that, and then see how we can share with one another. As a choreographer, as a mentor, he's been beautiful. I love that he's not pushy, but at the same time, he makes sure that I continue to question myself. He's so open and sharing with his direction, his process, his method of doing things, and just making sure that I am aware that I have all these tools as well, and just to continue to just believe in what those tools are, what the voice is that I'm trying to say. He would always say, these are just suggestions. I'm not saying do this, but these are just perspectives to throw out there. And it made me feel good because that's always been a way that I've looked at dance myself. As a dancer, as a choreographer, and even as a teacher. It's all about perspectives. I'm not right, you're not wrong, you're not right, I'm not wrong. What about this? So the music was actually quite difficult to choose. There are 6 sections, there are 6 audio tracks. 2 of them are not mine. And the 2 that I chose that are not mine I knew I wanted there to be some sort of come around, some sort of that feels familiar. So the song that's being played is You Taught My Heart to Sing, but there's a classical version and then there's a vocal version. They kind of sound alike, but then at the same time, they're different enough where it just has you thinking in the background. Wait a minute, that could be that, but I'm not sure. Um, and those two songs are distances apart from one another because the majority of the work I did compose myself, and I did that for a reason because I was more so going after a vibe and a feel for the piece that I wanted to hear and feel. And sometimes that can be very difficult to go out and search and find that unless you know a specific artist that does those kind of things. It can be very difficult at times. And I also wanted to just challenge myself. It's something I've done in a small capacity in the past, but I wanted to see how I can meet myself in these different ways. At this moment, my kids and my wife. They inspire me greatly because there's a bigger and a more undefined why am I doing this? And I tend to not question it, I just go with it. And it tends to come out of the Marley itself. Um, yeah, there are chapters in life, and in this chapter, that's who inspires me the most right now. Be serious about your happiness. It's not a joke, especially when you think of it in terms of past, present, and future. A lot of people think only presently, and you never reach what you can be if you think of things in that way. Be as obsessive as you can about the things that you really want. Be willing to go through some sacrifices because that pain is the only way that growth happens. So just submit to that, and I promise you'll see a change. Next 5 years, wow. I'm looking forward to at that time, my youngest daughter will be 5. At this present moment, my oldest daughter is 5, so everybody will be talking and running my life even more than they presently are. Hopefully in 5 years, I'll be back in the shape that I want to be in. I'm presently doing things to do that. Yeah, I just want to keep being happy. Want to keep making my family proud of what I'm doing, and keep inspiring artists the way I've been inspired my whole life. It's a two-way street, and we all have our part to play in it.